Now here we are, we've got a interesting thing for you here. What is it? Anyone got an idea? Well, that goes on there somehow. Then there's a little thing to tighten it on. And it goes on there, like that. Now this is right from the archives, is this? This is made in England, amazing. For Douglas, the Automatic Coil Winder and Electrical Equipment Company Limited. Now I'll turn it around and... oh no, it won't. Ah, it's not working. Why is it not working? Because it's jammed on something, that's why. Ah, there you are. Needs a bit of WD-40, does this? There we are, can't beat the stuff. Bit in there. Now you see the idea of it, it turns that. And that in turn turns other things. Now, you see that? Now, whoops. Is it slipping? Yeah, it's slipping a little bit. Because that's rubber on there, isn't it? So what we'll have to do is we'll have to roughen that. Oh, it's stuck on something, is it? That's it. It's a bit like a sewing machine, isn't it? Now if you see what it does here, it's following a very small thread. And what you do is you adjust these to where you want it to go, tighten it up, tighten this one up, and this feeds your wire, that feeds your wire onto here, like that. And that, I don't know if you can see it, but it actually moves. Yes, you can see it moving. I say this is a very old device, and I don't know when it was made. A good friend of mine who, well, you know him, Wayne, he gave us it. The one who was murdered. He liked things like this. He knew what he was doing. So I've brought it after retirement, and I'm going to clean it all up. And no, it's not for sale. It's a one-off, I think. I haven't seen any more of these anywhere. If you've got one, let me know. Could do with some more bits. Whoops, that was good, wasn't it? Now look at this battery that we were talking about earlier. It's down to 1.5 now. I think if you tighten this up a bit, makes it more, it's got more tension. But that's basically what you do. It's a lovely thing. I mean, you could get really upset about this, you know, I mean, well, enthralled by the simpleness of it. But it works nearly 100 and something years later than when it was made. It wants bolting down, like, because it tries to get away from you. Don't know why it's uneven. Why is it uneven? Oh, what's this? Ancient piece of paper. What's it say? Ah, it's a list I made about 200 years ago about how many CBs I had. Well, that's gone now, isn't it? Oh, it's falling apart. Those days have gone. But anyway, so if I want to wind my coil, I can do it on here. Now there is a box of things that goes with this. Where is it, they say? I'd like to know. I'd love to know where they are. But I can't find them. Not yet anyway, I'm working on it. I say I've had to go into the depths for this. Real depths of it. But this is going to be what we're going to use for that high tension coil. Because if you think I'm winding that by hand, you're mistaken. I'll tell you how to sort this. This is where your cramps come in. Always keep a crampy cramp. Here we are, Mr. Cramp. We'll just cramp it to a bench like this. We'll do in a minute anyway. A bit more near the edge. Always have a cramp handy, that's what I say. Now, I know you can't see this, I'm sorry, but there we are. No, it's too big. That's it. See what I've done? I just cramped it there, and we put another one on. Let's see, that one. You can cramp these old machines. It won't fit, it's too big. Too small. Get another big one. Mr. Big Cramp. Here we are. Get cramp in bed, don't you? Oh, ever heard that? Oh, you just sat there and you just get nice and cosy and you get cramp. There we are. Right, if I can get this up to speed, you can see how it works. That's good, isn't it? Give it a bit more jungle juice. You can't beat this stuff. Gets it all going. Now these things at the side have tensioners and whatnot. Let's see if we can get it going faster. So there you are. Imagine you've got your coil on here. It's coming off this top one, round here, coming to, look at that. It's been put away for 10 years as that. It works first time. They don't make stuff like that anymore, do they? Bloody lovely. Needs actual oil on it and all these bits cleaning up. But I thought you'd like that. Anyway, what was it made by? It's called the Douglas. You see, they took pride in it and even gave them a name. Wonder House, Douglas Street, London, SW1. Patent supplied for in every country. The Automatic Coil Winding Winder and Electrical Equipment Company Limited. Now, if anyone else has got one of these, I'd love to know. Well, if they've got parts to them, simple innit, but by gum it works. So I thought you'd like to see that, because it's a one-off, but it is in my bloody workshop anyway. It's a one-off. Your coil goes there, it comes round here, round this, and this is a tensioner. It's got a, you can adjust it. Goes onto your coil here, turns that round like that. It can work the other way as well if you want to do it anti-clockwise. And these determine when you, if you notice, let's see. Oh, it stopped working now. What have I done? I've clicked it off somehow. Now that's it. It goes up to that bit there, which knocks it off. Then it goes backwards. Now that is absolutely ingenious in my book. It's got two threads, and it makes it go backwards. It doesn't work on that one. Yes, it does. It will do when it gets there. I don't know why. Let's have a look. Maybe it's not. Yeah, that's it. So it goes that way. When it turns it, and it goes back the other way. That is absolutely lovely. So if anyone's got one of them, I'd love to know. So I'd love to know how it actually all goes together. Says he not. I haven't actually used this. I only used it once. A very small thing just to see what it did. And here I am. We're restoring it. Wayne would be very pleased. But it's not gone to waste. Because he said to me, he says, oh, if you don't want it, just weigh it in. No! Weigh a beautiful thing like this in. It's like sacrilege. Oh, look. There's a little meter there. The size over the covering. Oh, look at that. Look at that for it, honestly. Ah! It's hard and easy to do. To do that. Oh, it's even smaller. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful piece of equipment? I know I'm infusing over it, but I love things like this. Anyway, I thought you might like to see that, so it's goodbye from me again in the workshop. And this is what you need to do your things. So if anyone's got one, I'd love to know, because as far as I know, it's the only one I've ever seen. It's a beautiful thing. I'm going to do it up. I'll shine it all up and give it reverence where it needs it, oil where it needs it, because that's only cleaning oil, like. And we'll see how it goes. Ah, there is another little scale down. Oh, what's this? Ah, another little block for something. I think that's off my Adana printing press. Yes, I've got one of those as well. Got an Adana printing press. It's looking for a nice home. Somebody who's got all the rest of the type for it. But it keeps wanting to go, but it doesn't want to go. You know how it is with machines. Yeah, what this needs is a lot of petrol over it. Clean all this muck off. Clean it all up. And it will be lovely. Because it's not a thing you want a lot of oil on. Not when you're doing coils. You want it clean. So, there we are. I'll give you a long shot of it. There you are. An above shot. Ooh, you can get really erotic with this machine, can't you? There you are. And another end shot, which needs cleaning up. But that's my little pride and joy anyway in here. And that's what I'll be... If we turn this handle right down, I'll see what it does. Oh, yeah, it starts really hard, actually. But it turns a lot faster. But if you put it up, that must be doing for a very thin wire. So it hardly moves. So that must be wire gauge, that's it. What's it say? Bills. Ah, it's got the thousandths of an inch for the wire gauge. Now, isn't that good? Look at that. You'll have to see that. Can you believe it, eh? Absolutely lovely machine. Anyway, I won't infuse anymore. So look at our battery. Yeah, it's down to 1.5 now. I'll leave it on now. Going for a cup of tea. A cup of char, as we say up here. That's me just finishing my coffee, like, you know. Anyway, anything you want to know about, let us know. No, I don't give advice on errant girlfriends or wives. I don't do agony aunts, but anything unusual you'd like to know and that I might have in my workshop, and you want to see it and you want to see how it works. There's some good tutorials on here, actually. Some better than mine. I'm just mucking about, like, really, aren't I? Anyway, but this is a really nice thing. I love old machinery. So if you've got any that you don't want, just let us know. I'll have it. But a thing like this, it's the only thing I've ever seen. You imagine winding a big coil on that, eh? There is some bits for this, but where they are, I don't know. And I have a box of bits. But where they've got to, I've no idea. I can only turn it on these, and these are adjustable. Oops, there we go. There we go. And there you are. But that is a lovely thing. They just don't make it like it's all plastic rubbish now in it, and computers. And there'll be one day, you know, when computers will go down. We'll get attacked by an EMP or something, and every computer in the land will be absolutely useless, including this phone, which is a bit of a thing. Should have bought an old type. What's it? Camera. I have got an old type projector. Now there's a thing that I'll have to bring down, because I'm going to strip it down for parts. What, you say? Yes, it does work, but the bulbs are gone and you can't get them anymore. And it's 16mm, and nobody has them anymore. It's an old American one. Forget what they call it, but we're going to bring it into a workshop and strip it down for parts, so that'll be interesting. I'll see if I can get something to hold this. I keep saying I'm going to do that, don't I? But we never get to it. I need a friend. Yes, a little friend. Preferably a pretty one, around about 25, with big eyes and long hair, and female. No, I don't really. I've got a lovely fiancée who I wouldn't swap for all the tea in China, but she's always busy, so I can't get her in here. I'll have to get my daughter to come and do it, or daughters. Nicole's quite good at things like this. You used to see her on the previous ones, but then we had all the trouble with the people trying to do us all in, and she went off the idea of doing them. But we'll see if we can get her back. She's 19 now, actually, is Nicole. You'll see her on some of the other videos. Pretty lass. Unmarried. Needs to be with lots of money. Needs a farmer with large tracts of land, and that's what I've suggested to her anyway. But never mind. Never works, does it? As long as she marries for love, that's all I'm bothered about. And she's happy. Because you can't buy happiness. I was once a millionaire, believe it or not, for a short while. But I'm not anymore. And you know, if I haven't got any real money now, I'm happier now than I've ever been. Because I've got a right lady to look after me. Well, I look after her. And real love is worth everything. To hell with money. When you've got money, you've got no friends, you've just got hangers on, and you don't know who your real friends are. I went right down to the bottom once, and I mean, walking the streets, literally. I had no money, nothing, and I found out who my friends were. And one was called Kevin, one was called Richard, and one was called Stephen. And not one of them was born round here, believe it or not. All foreigners, you know, parts of England, and they really helped me, so I'll always remember them. If I win lottery, they'll be alright. Anyway, how are we doing with this thing? Oh, it's nearly down to 1 now. We'll leave it on a bit longer anyway. And I will sign off and stop yattering, because I can go on for hours. So, goodbye for now from Sinclair Research. And yes, I'll show myself someday. I'll show you what. There's me hat. And there's an hand. And there's another hand. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? I only put my hat on because it's so damn cold in here. There's my feet. Whoa. My jeans. My chest. We'll keep the rest. We'll keep you all in suspense. You can actually see me on another site called the New People's Party, which we'd like to start up again and get really going, because we're fed up of your politics in this thing. Anyway, nip onto a New People's Party, you might see me and Richard, and we had some good fun on there, but it was crazy. Anyway, I'll move my rubbish, drink the rest of my coffee. Now, what's a Yorkshireman doing drinking coffee, you ask? It's sacrilege. I know. But never mind, I'll turn the lights off. Whoa, spooky. And we'll say ta-ra for now. Take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye for now.